Your cat is sitting outside your door right now. Maybe you closed it without thinking. Maybe you needed privacy. Maybe you just wanted 5 minutes alone. And on the other side of that door, your cat sat down and waited. No scratching, no meowing, no dramatic protest. Just sitting, just waiting, just being there on the other side of a closed door like a quiet little presence that refuses to leave. Most people find this slightly amusing. Some find it a little strange. Some open the door, see the cat, and think, oh, they just want to come in. But that's not what's happening. Not even close. What your cat is doing outside that door is one of the most emotionally loaded behaviors in their entire repertoire. And it has almost nothing to do with wanting to enter the room. Pay close attention to the last reason on this list, because it will completely reframe every single time you've ever found your cat waiting on the other side of a door. Every time, going all the way back. This is the distinction that changes everything. A cat that wants access to a room tries to get access. They scratch, they meow, they paw at the gap underneath. They make their desire known through action and noise. But that's not what you're seeing when your cat sits outside your door. What you're seeing is a cat that has settled in, positioned itself, made itself comfortable in the specific spot that is closest to where you are and stopped. Not pushing, not demanding, not trying to get through, just present, just close, just on the other side of whatever is separating them from you. That distinction is everything, because it tells you that what your cat wants isn't the room. What your cat wants is proximity to you. And since they can't have full proximity right now, they've taken the maximum proximity available, which is exactly outside your door, and they've made a home of it. Think about how deliberate that is. The entire rest of the house is available to them. Every comfortable spot, every warm surface, every window and cushion and corner. And they chose the floor outside your door. Not because it's comfortable. It almost certainly isn't. Because it's closest to you. Cats map their environment through scent, sound, and routine. And your cat has mapped you into their world so thoroughly. Your movements, your patterns, the sounds you make from different rooms, that you have become part of the fabric of their daily environment. When you close a door, something in that map shifts. Your sounds are muffled. Your scent is reduced. The invisible thread that connects your cat to your presence gets thinner. And for a cat who has built their sense of security around that thread, who has decided you are part of what makes their world safe, that thinning is not nothing. It doesn't send them into panic. Cats are not fragile, but it creates a pull, a gravitational pull toward the last place they knew you to be. And so they go there, and they sit. Because sitting outside your door is how your cat maintains the connection when the connection has been interrupted. It's the closest they can get to the feeling of having you present. The sound of you moving behind the door. The thin trace of your scent at the gap underneath. These small signals are enough to anchor them. You became their anchor without knowing it. And the door is simply proof of how securely you're attached. Your cat does not do this for everyone. Think about the people who come and go in your home. Guests, family members, friends who visit. Does your cat sit outside their doors? Does your cat wait on the other side when they step away? Almost certainly not. Because this behavior, this quiet patient waiting, is not a response to any closed door. It is a response to a specific closed door. Your door. The door of the person who matters. Researchers who study feline attachment have found that cats form primary bonds, deep, selective, irreplaceable bonds with specific individuals. Not households. Not families in the general sense. Specific people. And the behaviors that signal those bonds are not performed broadly. They are performed precisely. Your cat waiting outside your door is a precise behavior. It is aimed at you specifically, at the room you are in, at the sound of you on the other side. They are not doing this because doors are interesting. They are doing this because you are on the other side. And they would rather be on the cold, uncomfortable floor next to your door than in the warmest, softest spot in the house without you. That is not small. That is the entire measure of how much you matter to them. Here is a side of this behavior that almost no one talks about. Your cat has decided, somewhere in the depth of their instincts and their bond with you, that you are part of their group. their circle, their territory. And cats take their territory seriously. When you disappear behind a closed door, your cat loses visual confirmation of you. They can hear you, they can smell you faintly, but they cannot see you. And for a cat whose instinct is to protect and monitor the things that matter to them, losing visual confirmation of someone important creates a very specific response. They station themselves at the last point of contact. This is what cats do in multi-cat households when a bonded companion disappears from sight. They position themselves. They wait. They maintain proximity to the last known location. Your cat is doing that with you, which means when your cat sits outside your door, they are not just waiting to be let in. They are keeping watch. They are making sure they will know the moment you emerge. They are being, in their own quiet way, your guardian. The door is not a barrier your cat is waiting to cross. The door is a post your cat has chosen to keep. Cats are not loud communicators by nature, not with the people they trust most. With strangers, cats can be vocal and reactive. With threats, they hiss and growl. But with the people they love most deeply, the people they have decided are their own, cats communicate quietly. Through presence, through proximity, through being there. Sitting outside your door is one of the purest expressions of this quiet communication. Your cat is not scratching, not meowing, not escalating. They are simply making their position known through their position. I am here. I am close. I am waiting. These are the things the sitting says. And to a cat, this is not passive. This is active. This is intentional. This is chosen. Every minute your cat spends on that floor outside your door is a minute they chose to spend there. Over everything else they could be doing. Over sleeping in their favorite spot. Over watching the window. Over any of the 100 other things that fill a cat's day. They chose the floor outside your door. They chose closeness to you even when closeness to you means a cold floor and a closed door and nothing to look at. That choice is their message. And it says, you are where I want to be. Watch what happens in the moment you open the door, not what happens after. The moment, the exact second the door swings open. Your cat does not burst through like they were desperately trying to get in. They don't immediately sprint past you into the room as though the room was what they wanted all along. Most of the time, your cat looks up at you, makes eye contact, maybe gives a small sound, a chirp, a soft meow, barely anything, and then they might walk in. Or they might simply stand in the doorway for a moment satisfied. Because the door opening wasn't the goal. You appearing was the goal. The door opening means you are visible again. You are confirmed. The connection that was thinned by the barrier has been restored in full. Your cat sees you. And in the seeing, in that moment of restored contact, something settles in them. This is why some cats, after sitting patiently outside a closed door, walk into the room and immediately begin doing something else entirely. Finding a spot, grooming, looking out the window, because they were never interested in the room. They were interested in you. And now that you're visible again, everything is fine. The world has been set right. The anchor is back in view. And they can rest. That's what the waiting outside the door was always about. Not the door. Not the room. Not access to any physical space. Just you. Just knowing you were there. Just being as close as possible to the person whose presence makes their world make sense. And the next time you close a door and hear nothing on the other side. No scratching, no meowing, just silence. Check the gap at the bottom. There will be pause there. Waiting. Not to get in. Just to be close to you.